It's not difficult to submit for us as women because that's natural for us. What makes it difficult is when we have to tap in deeply into our masculinity and be ones that are providing, that's protecting, that's trying to raise grown men. Assalamu alaikum. Peace is your coach, Coach Nyla, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. Let's talk polygamy right now, and let's talk it uncensored. What we're going to talk about in this video is about respect when it comes to polygamy, or polygyny, if you will. And if you are not familiar, polygyny just only means one man married to multiple women. I have to say that. Let's give a little vocabulary lesson here because sometimes people hear us say polygamy and they don't understand what we mean, or they hear us say polygamy and say, well, it should be polygyny, or we'll say polygyny and they say it should be polygamy. So let's give a little vocabulary lesson just real quick for those who are not totally certain what that means. Polygamy is the umbrella that polygyny falls under, and polygyny simply means one man married to multiple women. Now that we got that lesson out of the way, let's get into the disrespect, or respect, if you will, that can come from polygyny or you can receive in polygyny, or what does that even mean? Here's the thing. I read something. Actually, no, I saw this video and they were talking about women. They were talking about love and what love means for men and what love means for women. And what love means for men is respect. And what love means for women is like security. So I started thinking on that. I'm like, okay, I know that we as women will say, well, we want to be respected too. We have a level of disrespect that we won't tolerate. We know what disrespect looks like for us. See, this is a good thing when it comes to knowing about definitions, and not just definitions that's in the dictionary. Of course, I had the little vocabulary lesson earlier in this video. But what I mean is, what does that look like for you? And what does that look like for your spouse? What does that look like for you? What does that look like for your husband? What does it look like for you? What does that look like for your wife? For, the men who are actually taking the time to watch this video. Sometimes, that's more of Coach Nazir's forte. We tease each other on that. I say fort, but it's actually forte. I was corrected on that. So anyway, when it comes to definitions, you see what I mean? Knowing what the things mean, not only in the dictionary, but what does it mean to your spouse? Sometimes women can say, you know what? My husband married again. And that was disrespectful to me because it seems as though that he did not care about my feelings in this. And these are for women who do have an issue with polygyny, or who had an issue with polygyny before they learned more about it, or learned that their husbands are not disregarding them because they married again. But this also goes for, then you have the additional wives, if you will, who can say, well, now he's spending so much more time with his initial wife that I feel left out, or he is not, he's not introducing me to people, or he takes her side more, or these different things. And it's like, I feel disrespected. I feel that if she has an issue with me, he takes her side. I feel disrespected. And then the husband can say, you know what? That's not me disrespecting you. I just have to take care of things, and I have to navigate the waters, if you will. So it's a number of different things. What may work for one relationship may not work for another. What may be a particular definition for one marriage, may not be the particular definition for the other, or for between each person. Well, you got to be able to know, what does that look like? Because it can be, that's a blanket word. It's a blanket term. We would think that disrespect means disrespect. That's what it is. You don't respect me, that's disrespectful, right? But what does that mean? So let's go back into what I talked about before, or what I mentioned before, about the love and the security, and the love and the respect. As I stated before, we as women, we feel that there are certain things that can be done that will be deemed disrespectful. And that comes to not being honest. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes women, they will prefer a beautiful lie over the ugly truth. Me, myself, me, a name I call myself, I want you to tell me the ugly truth. And I'm that type of person that I will let you know things, and I'm going to tell you the truth about things. Now, I would be more mindful of how you may respond to it, or how to tell you that so you're receptive to it. However, my friends, or people who know me and people who are close to me, as well as my clients, they know that she is not going to tell me anything that is false. She's not going to beat around the bush. She's not going to sugarcoat it. She's going to tell me straight, no chaser. But she's also going to ask me, do you want me to tell you what you want to hear? Or do you want me to tell you what you need to hear? Do you want me to tell you the truth? Do you want me to make you feel good? Or do you want me to help you grow? Those type of things. And that goes within our marriages too. Sometimes we get into this mindset that our husbands, their job is to make us happy. It's to make us happy. It's to please us, just to please us. And then that goes the same when it comes to, the wife to the husband. Okay, please your husband, please your husband. Here's the thing though. I'll just give you a little bit as far as a snippet into the Islamic ruling, or the Islamic way when it comes to the pleasing of the spouses. Well, at least I'm going to give you an idea of the thing when it comes to women, where I feel that we are the double standard that we get is so beneficial. And one of the things is that if we die and our husband is pleased with us, then we get paradise. So for some people, they don't understand that. For me, I believe that, and that is a great thing for me. There's nothing on this earth, there's nothing on this planet that can make me go against what Allah, or what the Most High, or what God has instructed me to do and instructed me to be. And that is, as I'm married, that is a respectful wife. That is a righteous, pious wife. And I am all for that. And sometimes we can sit there and say, well, he's not respecting me, so why should I respect him? We have choices. We have these choices. You can stay in something that's like that. You can make the hard decision, whatever it may be, whether the hard decision is to stay or the hard decision is to go. It's still your decision. You are going to be responsible for your decision in this life and the next. The thing is to know that as long as I am respectful and my husband is pleased with me, and I leave this planet, I leave this earth, and the only way we will is through death, that I would get paradise, that's awesome. That's awesome for me. Here's the thing when it comes to the choosing and the disrespect and being able to be respectful, even when it comes to your getting that from your husband. It's about being influential. And I go into that in my Desirable Wife Bootcamp. I go into that so deep because being a desirable wife does not mean that you have to be agreeable all the time. That's not what that means. Have you ever met a person that they may have said some things that you don't like, but the way they said it, or their confidence or their authenticity and their truthfulness and just the way they carry themselves just left you in awe, or you respected that, you say, well, you know what? I may not agree with how they did that, or I may not agree with them, so to speak, with those words, but I respect that person. I respect their authenticity. I respect how they are. And then you don't have an issue with being around them, so to speak, because you know that you know what you're going to get from them. I'm saying this because it's not about being desired, is not about just being agreeable, being a yes person all around the board. It's about being authentic. It's about being true to you. It's about taking care of you, taking care of your mindset, taking care of your health, taking care of the way you communicate, the way you receive information. That's what it's about. But like I said, I go into it deep in there. And it's about being respectful to yourself and respectful to your spouse. Now, let's go into the other part when I talked about safety, security, that protection, being able to provide. Because I know there are women that say, you know what? If he's doing these things for me, then I'm going to automatically do those things for him. I understand that. You know why? Because that's in our nature. It's not, I know when it's said, sometimes it gets misconstrued. And sometimes people can look at it and say, well, why do I have to be this way in order for you to do what you would naturally do? But that's not what is always meant by that. It's just saying that because this is in my nature, you don't have to fight and do the things that they were supposed to do. You don't have to dig into your masculinity and not embrace your femininity. So you're going to be able to do the natural stuff. You're going to be able to do the natural stuff. You're going to be able to live in your femininity. You're going to be able to be respectful. You're going to be able to be comforting. You're going to be able to be that person that's caring and giving them some peace when they come home, or when they are speaking to you, or when they're even telling you to do something. It's not difficult to submit for us as women because that's natural for us. What makes it difficult is when we have to tap in deeply into our masculinity and be ones that are providing, that's protecting, that's trying to raise grown men. So we have to understand what is our choice. And the thing is, are you choosing to be with a person that you are not respecting? I remember before my divorce, before I married Coach Nazir, I said these 3 things were violated, so I could no longer stay in the marriage. And it was communication, it was respect, and it was trust. Those are the 3 things. And I'm like, if I can't communicate with you, it's hard for me to trust you. When it's hard for me to trust you, then it's hard for me to respect you. And if I don't respect you, then why am I with you? Those were the things. So I get that. I get when it comes down to respect, there are these natural things that have to come into play. But we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing to feed into the disrespect? Are we communicating properly? Are we growing within ourselves? And I go into that more, and I coach women on that growth. GROWTH. Guidance, resilience, opportunity, wisdom, transformation, and harmony. When you have those things in place, it's a lot easier to walk in your femininity. It's easier to be desirable and be respectful. You want to know more? Definitely check out the information at coachnyla.com. The link is in the description. You want to be part of this transformational growth journey, definitely sign up. I look forward to seeing you there. I hope you guys got some really good information from this video. We want to make sure that we are in relationships that are feeding us in a positive way and that we are feeding into them in a positive way. So until next time, make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Make sure that you are subscribed to our channel and you click the notification bell if you haven't already, so you are notified when we have new videos. And if you haven't received your book or even purchased your book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored, make sure you go to letstalkpolygamy.com and get your copy. All right. Until the next video, make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Again, hope you guys got some great gems from this video, and I'll see you soon, inshallah, God willing. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.